So you're moving to Warrensburg or you're PCSing to Whiteman Air Force Base and you love reptiles and amphibians but you don't know where to buy them or feed them? What are you gonna do? I can help you with that. Today, we're visiting ECK Farms, which is everything reptile. I'm so excited. Here we go. Don't forget to like and subscribe right down below because I make a new video every single week. You're gonna want to get notified. Also, my contact info is right down there. So if you're coming here, if you have any questions, if you're looking to buy or sell a house, I can help you with that. Don't hesitate to call me, text me, email me. I love talking to people. Okay guys, I am very excited about today's video. As some of you might know, oh good gosh, that truck was loud. As some of you might know from my previous videos, in a former life, I was a herpetologist. I am a herpetologist. I love everything reptile and amphibian. I love snakes, I love frogs, I love lizards, I love it all. And I was very, very excited to learn that a new business opened up in town not too long ago, and their focus is reptiles and so many more cool things. So let's go in, let's meet them, let's see their store, and check it out. Here we go. With Eddie and Christina Hart. They are the owners of ECK Farms. Thank you guys so much for being here on my show today.
Yes, absolutely.
And thank you for loving reptiles and amphibians as much as I do.
Absolutely.
We are a rare breed, I gotta say. Not many people like run towards the snakes. My husband still doesn't understand, but one day I will win him over to the dark side.
You will. Yep, absolutely.
So tell me, why did you decide to start ECK Farms?
So it all started, so first off, the name comes from our 3 kids. So Emma, Clyde, and Katie. Farms comes from all the farming of the insects, and that's how that we originally started. Was we got a bearded dragon, just wanted to provide better nutrition for them at a more affordable price. So we started raising our insects. We raise a lot of our insects here in-house. And so we've just kind of slowly added on different aspects of the business, but the love of reptiles and insects, and then it just kind of encompasses our passions, and that's why that we decided to mold it all into one business.
That's awesome. I love hearing about people opening small businesses that like are based on their passions.
Right. That's
kind of rare in this world.
It is, yes. Couldn't imagine doing anything else now.
So you do a lot more than just sell, you know, reptiles. You also sell insects for feeders. You sell bait. You sell fishing equipment.
Yeah.
And you do domestic beetle colonies.
Yeah.
So tell me about that, because we'll go back and look at it in a second, but not a lot of people know about what that is.
So the domestic beetles are basically, they're a flesh-eating beetle, and they what we use to make European mounts for deer skulls, and then other skulls we can bring in there, and they will eat the flesh down to where it's just the bone that's left, and gives a real nice specimen of the animal.
That's awesome. It really does make it so it's beautiful, the deer heads that are cleaned by domestic beetles.
Right. The detail that they leave in, the webbing of the bone is just what makes each deer skull unique, and it leaves all that intact, and so that's why that it's so much more preferred over other methods to use them. It's what a lot of universities use, a lot of colleges, and just it's new to our area, newer to our area, and so we're one of the first people that have brought it to Warrensburg, and so we're excited about that too.
I'm excited about that. I'm gonna be bringing y'all stuff.
Yeah.
You just roll up with, like, you know, a raccoon that I found on the side of the road.
Right.
I'm not joking. My poor husband. But that is so awesome. So can you just let's go. Let's look
absolutely.
around and show the public what you got.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we are going on back. Hello. I I always know when I walk into someone's business and they have a dog for me to like pet and cuddle, it's gonna be a good day.
Awesome.
Okay, so this is the back area. And wow, you guys have so much cool stuff going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so what should we look at first?
Let's start with over here. We've got our isopod collection.
Okay. So tell me about isopods.
So we have 26 different varieties of isopods. Isopods are basically like just another name for a roly-poly, and there's different types of them. These are one of your bigger isopods, nicknamed the Titan because of their size. They are great in terrariums. They actually are kind of a cleanup crew, so if you have a crested gecko or something, you can use them. Even ball pythons, you can use them as the cleanup crew. Then you have springtails in here, which eat all the mold because it's going to get really moist in your enclosures. So your springtails are going to be eating the mold and everything that grows in there.
That's so awesome. So people can buy these to help keep their reptiles healthy.
Absolutely.
Because they're basically cleaning the cages.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
and so
awesome.
there's so many different colors, different varieties, different shapes and sizes. Some that reproduce fast, some that reproduce slow. So if anybody ever has a question and they don't want to do all the research towards it, they can always just come in and ask us, and we can help get them set up with the right one.
That's awesome.
It's a boy.
You are the good boy. Oh, look.
His name is Bronx.
Oh, hi, Bronx. Okay, so what do we got here?
Okay, these are our bait tanks, our fish.
Okay.
We have a tank of goldfish, and then we have our fathead minnows. Mainly used for fishing bait. We do sell some of the fancy goldfish as pets. People like them for their ponds, little ponds and stuff. But primarily these get used for catfish bait.
Oh, awesome. Oh, they're pretty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Make good bait, too.
They do.
I will say, please, people, do not let your goldfish go into lakes. They are actually an invasive species.
Right, exactly.
So,
and we are licensed with the Conservation Department and the U.S. Department of Wildlife and Fish, so we can do all of this. So we conform to their, like, we make sure that everything that we bring in is safe and legal in Missouri. Nothing's wild caught, it's all farm raised, and that's really
awesome.
important to prevent diseases spread in our lakes and everything.
Yeah, we have minnows,
and it's supposed to be really nice weather this week. And the crappie are biting, they're hungry, coming off that cold snap, and so we're excited to have our minnows back. We had sold out a couple weeks ago, and so we're excited to have those back in stock too.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. You guys really are like a one-stop shop.
Yep. Superworms. So superworms are really popular in the reptile industry. So we raise those here. So these are your superworm beetles.
Okay.
They're a really large beetle. A lot of people kind of freak out about the beetle size, but big beetles means big superworms.
Yeah.
And so the superworms,
oh yeah.
So they are essentially like a mealworm. They're they're a different variety. They're a larger mealworm. They are also excellent fishing bait. I love these things. They are great fishing bait. They have that exoskeleton, so rather than your traditional fishing worms, they stay on the hook better.
Oh, that's
and the
nice.
fish can't nibble them off so easy.
That's
so
nice.
Some people in Warrensburg, and if you're watching, we miss you guys. But some people in Warrensburg have named them the bluegill killers. And so bluegill eat them up, love them. And so it's really nice because bluegill like to nibble and they can't nibble it off, so they got to take the whole hook. So
that's nice.
Yep.
Oh, bluegill are so frustrating. Let's check out the domestic beetle colonies.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have to say, when I heard that y'all did domestic beetle taxidermy, basically, I was so excited because the only place that I know that does this is universities, like Missouri State University. We don't even do this at UCM.
Right.
Because it just takes so much time and work and effort
and
to grow the colony.
Nobody understands that. It's a lot of time, effort, work. I mean, we've been growing these things for over a year before that we even introduced our first deer skull to them. So we had grown our colony that much. And so these are a specific type of dermestid beetle. They're the Dermestis maculatus, which is from Europe. So they actually like high humidity, higher heat. They're not an insect that can go dormant. So during those cold days, it was really important they have their own heat system, ventilation system, because they're actually worth quite a bit of money to us. So that they can continue doing their taxidermy work. So people will bring in their skulls. We have a price list, and we do all kinds of different skulls, even spoonbill skulls, basically anything, you know, domestic animals, anything that somebody wants to bring in, we can usually do it. There's usually
Have you ever done a snake?
Not yet.
Oh,
not yet.
I'm gonna find one and bring you one.
Right. The worst part about that is the time that it takes to put all the bone pieces back together.
Oh, it's horrible. I've done it.
Right.
That's why I want to pay y'all to do it.
Right.
I've literally done it. And it was about 6 months of my life.
Yep.
Like a couple hours a day. And at the end of it, I mean, I was just like, I never wanted to look at another snake skeleton.
Right, exactly. Yep. So people will bring in their skulls. We do have freezers that we keep them in because there is a little bit of a wait. Meat has to be fresh. They're kind of picky.
Yes.
They don't like rotten meat. They don't like meat that's like fly ridden. There can be no flies because flies can kill your colony off. So we're kind of picky on some of our skulls that come in. So we just want to protect our colony. We freeze everything that comes in before it ever hits the beetle box because there is mites that can easily get into the colony.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those, we would just rather treat everything like that has mites or something, and then we freeze them for a couple days before that ever goes into the beetle box. So once that it comes in, what we do is we actually skin down to save them time. Everybody has this question. They will eat the skin, the hair, they'll eat that. They're one of the only bugs that can actually process the hair. But to save time in the beetle box, because we need them to do all the deep cleaning.
All the work.
So we actually skin them first and remove all the big pieces, and then we keep all that to feed them. Say that there's a dull period and they don't have anything to eat. So we keep all that so that they are never hungry. So they've got like half this freezer full over here.
Oh, that's awesome. So nothing goes to waste.
Right, nothing goes to waste. You know, people will bring it in with deer heads with necks, and we utilize all that. I tell them, just bring it in because we utilize all that.
That's awesome.
So it does not go to waste.
And this is the finished product.
Yep, this is the finished product.
It's
and you
so
can see all the
beautiful.
fine detail, everything that's left in there. They get in there without damaging all the bone.
I gotta get a close up on this because it's just the only time you see a skull this perfect is with domestic beetle.
Right.
cleaning.
Normally, all of this fine bone work right here is destroyed with, say, boiling or burying. It's normally all destroyed. They're able to go in and just eat all the small little pieces of meat and not damage details. They like their meat dried out most, so we actually have their own little drying freezer right here. And so after we skin it, we put them
and dry it out
because they like more jerky style than fresh style.
I mean, I understand that.
Right.
And then this is the freezer where they currently are.
Yep. Okay. And so we keep the humidity level up in here. So we've got a humidifier.
We just put that in here, so there's not a whole lot on the top of it yet. They have started. You can see.
Oh yeah. They're just going to town.
To the bottom of it.
And that just went in this morning, so they've already found it and started going to work. And so they have heat in there. We also do a time-lapse video for people.
Time-lapse video. That is
so
awesome.
Yeah.
So people can see their skulls being cleaned.
Yes.
Right. And it's really kind of fun to watch because you'll just see, at first you don't see many of the beetles because they're eating underneath. And then you just see them like overtake the whole skull, and it's just kind of a fun little thing to watch your skull get cleaned.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome and very thoughtful, you guys. That's like a very thoughtful addition. Not only do you get a beautiful skull, but you get to watch the magic happen.
Absolutely. Yep. So then after it comes out of the beetle box, it'll be, this one just came out this morning, And so it'll be cleaned of most of the meats. There might be a few little pieces left that'll come off in here. And then it will go into the warm water. It's not hot, not near boiling. It's just at the melting points of deer fat. And that's to get the fat out of the bone so that you don't have a yellow skull over time. So, because fat will always come to the surface. And so you don't want a skull that has mold and yellowing over time. So we do this, we do provide a long degreasing because we want to make sure it's good. So we do about 2 weeks on deer skull. Nice. We have somebody from out of state that's going to be bringing us a bear skull.
And can you let me know when that happens so I can come like get a video of the process?
Yes,
that would
absolutely.
be amazing.
So that's kind of one that we're really looking forward to. Since bear is so fatty, it will take a little bit longer for the beetles to eat, but it also 2 to 3 months at least of degreasing. So it's a kind of a long process. And then if people want it whitened, we offer 2 different ways. You can do it natural, where that it's not whitened, and this is kind of what a natural one looks like. It just has natural bone color, whereas your whitened has we do not ever use bleach, because bleach actually degrades the bone, and it will over time cause it to, even if you wash it off the best that you can, over time it'll cause it to turn into a powder. So we actually use peroxide, and so that's how that we whiten them.
I am so impressed with you guys. You have no idea. So back when I was a grad student at Missouri State, I actually ended up talking to this guy. They call him the Bone Master. He puts together a giant whale bones. It's insane.
Awesome.
He's been doing it for years. He has these that he can send out for the books. But that was one of the main things that he said is never use bleach, always use peroxide.
Right.
But not many people outside of a university know that. So I am just getting impressed left and right that you guys are taking the time to do it the right way.
Absolutely.
Not the easy and cheap way.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we want these to last for a long time. We want these to be in somebody's possession for 100, 200, however long years.
Basically.
Right.
Down.
Yep, exactly. Because they mean something to every person, and they mean a lot to us too, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of like artworky, getting them sealed to their final product, watching them come in. So we're really proud of our skulls. So it's just something that's fun, and we love it. So
that is awesome. Well, looking at your work, I'm so impressed, and I am proud of your skulls too. This is awesome. Thank you so much for showing me all your work. So you were telling me that you can also do birds.
Yes, so any of your migratory birds we're able to do, because we're actually licensed with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and so we just got that permit in. There's not a lot of people in the state of Missouri that can do that. It's a lot of paperwork, getting all that lined up, and they don't mess around. So it's was really weird. I was so proud to get that certificate. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. So people, bird taxidermy, it's like really hard to find someone who has a domestic beetle colony that is willing to do birds.
Yep.
So this is a big deal.
Right.
Man, I gotta say, guys, I have been super impressed by ECK Farms. They are legit. They're professional. Their facility is really clean, and they really know what they're talking about. They've done a lot of deep digging and acquired so much knowledge on how to raise healthy animals and how to raise healthy bait species. That was just really cool. And their domestic beetle colony just blew my mind. So big fan, highly recommend. You should definitely check them out if you're here in town and you want some unique pets or you need some food for your animals. And that's all she wrote. Thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate it. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe right down below, because I make a new one every single week. You're gonna want to get notified. Also, if you're coming to Warrensburg, if you're PCSing to Whiteman and you have questions, give me a call. I have my phone number down there, my email, my website, everything's down there. Do not hesitate to reach out. Give me a holler. Also, I am a real estate agent, so if you're looking to buy or sell a house, talk to your gal. Okay, see you next time. Bye.